open letter to Lynette. The receipts that burn your own house down. Lynette! You came storming onto Facebook, clutching your screenshots like they were gospel. Your big moment. Your proof. The slam dunk you thought would finally shut everyone up. Well, you hit post with the same shaky pride a toddler has when they hold up macaroni glued to paper and street. Like, Mom, I made art. But your masterpiece isn't art, it's a confession. Every line in those receipts proves the opposite of what you think. They don't show you fighting back. They don't show you building jack squat. They show you begging, groveling, whining like a customer left on hold, desperately repeating the same thing. Fleasa has the money. Fleasa needs to pay. Fleasa's the reason it's not this moving forward. You didn't torch Jeremy. You didn't clear your name. You put Fleasa in the crosshairs. You outed her as one hoarding donations, stringing you along, holding the purse strings while you were left to rot. You weren't the mastermind, Lynette. You weren't even a partner. You were the errand girl of your own scam, rattling a tin cup while Fleasa sat on the pile. Here's the kicker. You thought this made you look strong. Well, hell, you waved around messages of you begging like they were victory banners, and you paraded your own humiliation as if showing the world you were broke, powerless, and ignored somehow proves you were in control. That's not defense, Lynette. That's a diary of desperation. Every bubble on that screen screams the same thing. You were stuck in a busted shed with your half-finished house collapsing around you while Fleasa sat on donor cash like a greasy buzzard on a chicken carcass. And instead of hiding that shame, you blasted across Facebook like a firework, making sure everyone saw how little say you had in your own scam. You don't seem to grasp the irony. The very proof you bragged about is what convicts you. You show the world that you were not only complicit in the scam, but you were a victim of it. A grifter's apprentice who got played by the senior thief. That's a picture of receipt blanks. You on your knees begging for scraps while Fleasa laughed from her nicotine-stained throne, sucking marrow out of chicken bones and flicking an ash on when you should have been your foundation. So let's go over those little precious screenshots you were so proud of, Lynette. They read less like evidence and more like a diary of desperation. It's a parade of you begging, please pay, please call, please contact him, please, 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 like a junkie outside a gas station asking strangers for change. The architect humors you with professional courtesy, but it's obvious he knows what you are. A nuisance. His responses drip with the kind of patience people save for toddlers throwing tantrum in Walmart aisles. He doesn't even hide it. At one point, he flat out tells you it's really a permit after the fact. It's usually pretty simple. Translation, this wasn't complicated, Lynette. It's only became a circus because you and that greasy chicken bone gnar turned it into one. But here comes the best part, the line that echoes through every bubble like a church bell. Lisa holds the money. Not once, not twice, over and over and over again. You say it yourself. Lisa holds the money. Lisa hasn't paid. Lisa is the one who's cut the check. You thought this was your silver bullet. All you really did was testify against your own co-conspirator. You didn't just throw Fleasa under the bus. You pushed her in, climbed in the driver's seat, and floored it. The receipts even show you strategizing how to dress this up for the audience. Asking for invoices, asking for paper trails, not so the work could get done, but so you could wave a prop in front of donors and squeeze them just a little harder. Your house wasn't being built, your grift was. The moment Fleasa tightened the spigot, you were reduced to sending panic texts like a hostage tape tapping SOS on the walls. Every screenshot paints you the same picture. You're powerless, broke, and humiliated, waiting for the woman you now call your ally to stop chain smoking long enough to wipe her greasy hands and pay a contractor. You weren't a partner in this scam. You were its pet. Fleasa snapped her fingers, and you danced, puppy. She closed her hand, and you starved. And still, you hit post like these receipts cleared your name. They don't. They show the world exactly how the scam worked. Donations in Lisa's hands, Lynette on her knees, and half-finished shack left in the punchline. And this is your idea of proof. It's the kind that convicts you. And then, Lynette, you were hit with the crown jewel of your receipts, the message where you blurred out plain as day, Lisa is holding on to $18,000, 18 grand. That's the number you clung to, the figure you thought exposed the scam. But let's be honest, that's just what you know about. That's the tip of the iceberg, the pocket change compared to the full haul. We've seen this circus too many times to buy your wide-eyed act. Fleasa raised far more than $18,000, and you know it. You were begging for scraps because you weren't trusted with the real numbers. And while you groaned about that 18 grand, look at what the house became. An unsellable, unlivable monument to failure. Contractors pointing out steel beams blocking doors, no heat in whole sections of the build, permits rotting on the vine because Fleasa wouldn't cough up a measly $2,500 to the engineer, all while donors believed their money was building you a future. Not funding Lisa's next carton of menthols and greasy chicken dinner. The real punchline here is you strutted onto Facebook with those messages like you'd uncovered the smoking gun, when all you really did was just show you had no clue how deep the pot ran. You honestly thought that 18 grand was the big reveal, as if that paltry sum explained away years of fundraising. Stream after stream, donation after donation. That's not a mic drop, Lynette. That's you squeaking with pride over crumbs while the banquet was hidden from you. You exposed yourself in the process by drawing the line at which you thought Lisa held. You proved you weren't even in on the full scam. You weren't the brains, the bookkeeper, or even the lookout. You were the fool in the dark, proudly shouting about pocket change while the real stash was stashed out of reach. You showed the world not only that Lisa hoarded the cash, but you were too stupid to realize just how much she kept from you. So your big reveal doesn't show Lisa sitting on cash. It shows that even you don't know the full tally. You thought you were outing her, but all you really did was prove you were left holding the bag, begging for a fraction of the scam while the woman you call a partner hoarded the rest. And that's the poetry of it. You tried to clear your name by bringing receipts, but all you did was document the scam in your own hand. Donations funneled to Lisa, control in Lisa's grip, and you, Lynette, reduced to a spectator in your own con. You didn't post evidence of innocence. You posted the autopsy of your grift. So here's your legacy, Lynette, not the brave whistleblower, not the victim of harassment, not even the mastermind of your own scheme, just a middle woman who aired her own humiliation, then called it proof. Shizzy, Papa Nut, still strapped into the short bus, Velcro shoes double knotted, reminding you that your receipts don't save you, they sink you.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.